So some pretty interesting casting things just came out about Spider-Man 4, and in this video, we're going to talk about all of it. Before we get started, we're on the road to 3,000 subs, and we're actually getting very close. Leave your comments down below if you're new. I would love to chat with you about all of this stuff going on with Spider-Man 4. So leave a like on this video. Let's try to get it to 50 likes. And now, let's talk about Sadie Sink joining the cast of Spider-Man 4.
I'm Spider-Man.
Big question that a lot of us have had about Spider-Man 4 is, what is it going to be? Will Spider-Man 4 be a street level movie, or will it be a multiverse movie? Having this movie come out now after Doomsday sets a lot of precedent for what this movie could entail, and if I had to put money on it, I think it's probably going to be multiverse based now. I don't think that was the original plan. In fact, I think the ending of No Way Home setting up Peter being a street level character, ditching his persona and just being Spider-Man was the original plan. But with all the shifting and stuff that Marvel has done recently with the Avengers and RDJ, the Fantastic Four, all of that stuff, they had to move things around. We're also trying to wrap up the multiverse saga right now, and Spider-Man 4 also just has to come out. So unfortunately, while I would want a street level story, I think Multiversal is probably the best way to go if you want it to connect to Avengers. And very recently, we just got the official news, some of the first news from Spider-Man 4, that Sadie Sink has joined the cast. I'm gonna come out and say it right now, this girl is a phenomenal actress. In my opinion, she's definitely one of the best actresses in Stranger Things, and I'm really excited to see her develop a character in a different universe. The question now is, who will that be? Let's get the obvious thing out of the way. She could just be a random character. She could very well not be anybody important and just be one of Peter's new friends, someone he works with, or somebody like that. But that's not really fun to theorize about, so these are the people that I've seen people talk about and what I think could possibly happen with her joining the MCU. If they want to do some street level stuff with this movie, I think it's a possibility that she plays Black Cat. Obviously, this isn't going to be what all of the fans have wanted because they've fan cast Black Cat as many different actresses, but I think Sadie Sink would do a great job as this character. I think she has the attitude for it. I think she can bring some depth to the character that we don't really typically see outside of the comics. It also would just be something completely different for her to play, so that would be cool to see. Now, Sadie Sink is 22 years old and Tom Holland is 28 years old. We have Black Cat, often the maybe a little bit older romantic love interest of Peter Parker, so maybe that's a little bit weird, but if they want to go that route, they can go that route. However, if we do Black Cat, I think the romantic side of things needs to be explored, especially now that Ned and MJ don't know who Peter is, or nobody knows who Peter is. Another character that I've seen people talk about who is a much lesser known Marvel character is Firestar. I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but I've got the Lego Daily Bugle, and when I first got that, I saw Firestar was one of the characters included, and I was like, who is this? I would have much rather had like a Kraven or a Lizard or another Mary Jane in that set, but we got Firestar, and I'm like, why did they include her in this set? Turns out Firestar is a character that was actually featured in an animated Spider-Man show. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's like one of the first appearances of the character. Like I said earlier, Firestar isn't really that well known of a Marvel character, but if they choose to go this route and add a new character to the wheelhouse, I'm all for it. I think she could do a great take on the character because honestly, there's a lot of new stuff that she can kind of form as her own. So Black Cat and Firestar are kind of like the street level based ones that I think she could possibly play, but there are two more characters that I think she could be portraying that delve a little bit more into the multiverse. First, some people have suggested that she's just an alternate version of Mary Jane. Yes, this could definitely be a possibility. She's got red hair like Mary Jane, she looks the part, but it's weird because we already have an MJ in the MCU, and that's not even getting into the fact that Zendaya is playing that character. So maybe they do like an alternate reality or a different universe Mary Jane, but I honestly just don't see that as happening. I don't think they're gonna go this route. I just don't see us going away from MJ that we've established for the past like 5 to 10 years with Zendaya and just shifting to a new one that doesn't really make sense unless it's multiversal based. But even then, I don't know if I would like that. If you guys have any idea of how they could do that, leave a comment down below because I just really don't. So lastly, one of the characters that I think she could possibly be playing, and the one I want her to play the most and would be the most interesting in terms of the multiverse, is what if she is the daughter of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane? What if she has spider powers, and in this multiversal movie, she's the daughter of this Peter Parker that Peter knows, the Peter from our MCU, and they have to fight together, and she's like Spider-Woman basically. Kind of a new Marvel character, but we know her parents already, and they pull some stuff from the comics. I think that could be really fun. That also opens the door for like Tobey Maguire to come back, and if they're gonna do multiverse stuff, why not have multiple Spider-Man again? Now that I'm just thinking about it, man, I just want street level more. But they've got to do what they got to do. I don't even know if this movie is going to take place on Earth. What if this movie takes place on Battleworld? After Doomsday? What if Doctor Doom creates Battle World that leads into Secret Wars and we have a bunch of movies set in the middle of that? Establishing this new world that Doctor Doom's created and we have multiple versions of the same character, I think it could be really interesting and build up hype for Secret Wars because we've now spent time on this newer planet. I'm probably reaching here, and this is probably not at all the character she's going to be playing, but come back in like a year's time when this movie comes out and tell me if I'm right or wrong. In the grand scheme of things, I just see this as a positive. No matter the character that she's playing, she's a fantastic actress in my opinion, and I think she's gonna do a great job with whatever content she's given. I think big picture, what we're kind of missing with this is that we're finally getting official news that's being announced about Spider-Man 4. It feels like it's been forever since No Way Home came out, and we're finally getting more Spider-Man news again, so that's awesome. I have no idea if we're gonna hear anything soon about Beyond the Spider-Verse. I'm really waiting to hear more about that because it's also been a while since that movie. But yeah, overall, this is really cool, really positive, and I'm excited to see who she plays. Down below in the comments, give me your predictions as to who you think Sadie Sink will be playing in this movie because I've got to know your thoughts. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all very, very soon.